Hey, what is up YouTube? It's Malorn here, and I'm here with another great video for you guys today. It is currently 5:30 in the morning. I have not slept yet. For the most part, my week is it's completely free, so I don't really have all that much to be doing right now. So this is what it's come to. I haven't made a video on Monstrology in a while, and I remembered that I was doing the dragons last time I was working on Monstrology, and I had the Catalan, and Karanak, I think that's how you say his name, the Fire Spitter, and then I had the Bane Worm, but I never got to getting the Winter Wyrm, and I don't know why, but I guess I just decided to hold off on it. I don't know, maybe I forgot about it. I tend to do that a lot with stuff. I know I forgot about the Mirage faction vendors for a really long time, and I've just recently started working on doing those. Let's put this feint up. As you can see, I am using a triple Animus elixir, and I don't know if you guys consider that cheating or not, but you know, if you do, I'm sorry. Honestly, it takes 30, I believe it's 30 Animus to create a boss monster, to create a housing guest, which is what I'm trying to do. It takes 30, so I'd have to fight this guy, I think it's like 10 times? I'd have to do this guy 10 times over to get 10 times 3 is 30. Yeah, so 10 fights, 10 battles, just to get one house guest for this guy. But because I have it like this, it's more like 3 or 4. Sorry if I can't really talk today. I am exhausted. Is it like 70%? I guess the minion just fainted me. Ah! Oh well. I think I could actually kill right now. I probably could. I could take him out. Yeah, but this is just a Monstrology video. This is me finishing off a series I never completed. I don't know if there's any other dragons in the game. I think it's just these 4. And then the little tiny baby dragons. But I don't know if I actually want to try and get those. They're not really all that important. Yeah, but if I find any other dragons, I'll make sure to do a video on those too. Speaking of which, I have a couple of other videos that I never got to uploading. Those will be uploaded here soon. I have some I don't know if any of you guys watch my audiobook videos, but I have recorded some of them. I just need to upload them. That will be coming soon. I do apologize for that. Alright, see, because instead of getting 3 Animus each time, I get 9, so it goes a lot faster. Alright. I think it's 4 battles. 4, because you have 9, 18. Ugh. Sorry about that. I don't know why it does this. It's the Wizard101 not responding page. There we go. Yeah. My computer's going to absolute crap at this point. Can't pick up any of these wisps. What is going on? What is this witchcraft? There we go. Alright. Back on that sigil. Oh. Yeah, after I record this, I'm heading straight to bed, man. I'm exhausted. I was gonna try and pull an all-nighter and then see if I could, you know, actually make it through the whole day, and I used to be able to do that so easy. It used to be just, oh, I could just think it and it would happen, and now it's like a dream. I have to wish for it, and sometimes wishing simply isn't enough, you know? There has to be a little ounce of luck, too. Like, maybe someone punches you in the face, or maybe they just give you a nice slap. I feel like punching you would actually put you to sleep, but they just give you a nice little slap and you're awake. Maybe you just piss someone off enough and wham! Right? I can't believe they still use vampire in Avalon. Like, that was always the weirdest thing to me. And then you get to Polaris and they're sitting there and they're still using freaking like Wyvern and stuff, and all you can think is just, what is going on? Like, it should be so much more difficult, right? I think the reason they did that with Polaris though is because it was like starting the third arc, so they were like, okay, alright, let's dial it down a bit. Because Chrysalis, I'll give him that. It's pretty hard. Morgant, that battle was too easy, but the gallery, that was a pretty difficult dungeon to go through. So I guess Polaris was like a breath of fresh air for all of the Wizard101 players. Just a little bit of oxygenation going on. Come on, stop stunning me. Let me do stuff. You big fat meathead. This is one of the problems with recording these little monstrology videos. Especially when you're doing a lot of the higher level bosses and higher level creatures, they've got a lot more health. So, you know, each battle ends up taking quite a while. It's the same thing with farming them, like not monstrology in general. Just farming these things, it takes a lot longer in the higher level world, so it makes it where you can't. You don't want the video to go on too long. I especially don't, because my recorder only records an hour of content, so I can't go over that hour, or I end up having to make a part 2 to the video, and that usually doesn't work out very well. You know, the first video will get some views, people actually watch it, but then the second video comes around, and they don't watch that one. Sorry, my voice, right? But yeah, my screen recorder only records. Alright. And a lot of the times, these battles, you know, they tend to go on quite a while. Especially early in the morning, because my brain's not fully functional. So it's like, it's a bit of a wolf. Not only does my computer lag, but my brain lags early in the morning. My computer lags all the time. 24/7 is lag, buffer, loading screen, game crash. Yeah, that's basically my life right there. I think I could. Probably not. No, we're not gonna do it yet, because if I don't end up killing the boss, then I don't get the 9 Animus. I want to get all of it. I want to make sure that the boss is dead. I feel like that 80% and the 70% should do the job, but that would be relying on a critical. And with my critical at 89% right now, and I'm assuming he's got somewhat decent block. I don't know if I'll make a chance. I'm usually, you know, sometimes I'll be a bit of a gambler, but right about now, this is just simply not the time. It's not the time because I want to go to bed, you know? I want to get to bed as quick as I can. And my Arizona! And this is the quickest way to do that. Okay. Ooh, shit, what did I just do? I think I just took a... Whoa! What is that? See, I didn't critical. I can't rely on my critical anymore, like... Oh! Yeah! Oh yeah! I did it! I think I was trying to go for the freaking 24,000. I forgot that I didn't need to go quite that high with it. Some stuff I can sell, I guess. Okay. So that's 18. I mean, there's 2 more battles to go. I just realized I always do these monstrology videos at, like, you know, the earliest part of the morning or the latest time at night, you know. It'll always be anywhere between 11 p.m. and like 5, 6 in the morning. And I've never slept when I do these videos. I always have to do my videos when I'm really freaking tired because I don't have any time in the day to do videos anymore. You know, I can't record them at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. because my schedule doesn't line up with that. So, oh, I get approximately 4 hours of sleep. Rough estimate there. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but like a nice little median spot about 4 hours. I guess not a median, an average of 4 hours, whatever. It's the middle number. It's the one in the middle. Yeah. Yo, King Sartorius, King Sartorius. God, I've been watching too much YouTube. Okay, King Artorius. I don't even like that guy. Why? Okay. Yeah, King Artorius. Dang it. King Artorius. He looks awesome in the picture. Like, I think they did a really good job with a lot of the artwork. I don't like the one they did for Crocotopia, though. I feel like it's kind of childish. I mean, I know that the game's rated E10+, but you have to realize most of the people who've made it to, Dragonspire, Celestia, Zafari, and all stuff, they're not 10-year-olds. You don't have 10-year-olds in these worlds, alright? You've got people who, maybe some of them are 13. You've got some preteens there. You're mostly going to find people who are like 15, 16 years old. And then you're going to find, adults who maybe they played when they were teenagers and they're still playing. Like me, I started playing this when I was like 12. So that's why I'm still playing it, because I fell in love with it so long ago, and now it's something like permanently stuck in my life. Which isn't bad, it's a really good game, really fun. And you've got parents who played with their kids, and then obviously the attention span of a child isn't very high, so the kid ended up quitting, but the parent continued playing, that kind of a thing. There's a lot of reasons, but the majority of the game, I would wager, is mostly people who are like 14 years and older. At this point, I actually would be willing to bet money on that. 14 and older is most likely their, not most of their player base, but once you get past Dragonspire, I would be willing to bet money that a vast majority of the players at that point are 14 years or older. Like they are in high school or out of high school, or even parents. I would be willing to bet money on that. Okay. Why does he want to stun me so bad? What did I do? And nope, no stun shit. Freaking mammoth. I haven't seen this spell in forever. No one uses mammoth anymore. To be honest, I actually forgot that it was... I actually forgot that was a spell. I'm not kidding. Like, if someone had asked me to list off all of the ice spells, I guarantee you I would have forgotten that Woolly Mammoth was one of them. The other day I was on a Discord chat with my friend, and he's a death wizard, but we're questing little fire wizards, and I've got a little life wizard. And we're questing for Mushu, and we were talking about, what the Celestia spells were, right? And he was like, I wonder what the one for fire is. Because, we were thinking that it was Rain of Fire, or maybe, what was the other one? Fire Dragon. And we thought that was what it was, but he was like, no, you get Fire Dragon at 48. And I brought up, you get Rain of Fire and Zafari, so what do you get in Celestia? Because you have to get your rank 8 spell, right? So we were trying to figure that out, and it took us like 5-6 minutes. Alright. I was sitting there, I scrolled through the wiki, I finally found it, I was like, hey, so, we completely forgot about Afraid, you know? The big dude, the genie guy that does, 800, 900 damage, 90% weakness, PvPers hate him. That guy, we completely forgot about him. And turns out that's the one who gets Celestia. Like, you don't see these spells that often anymore, so it becomes really hard to remember them. You have to actively be trying to remember those. Okay, so we need to go to the Animus, the Monstrology area. And we go to Avalon, the Winter Wyrm. Yeah, I have to do one more battle. There is 3 more XP. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, there's so much stuff. I just realized there's so many things that I still need to work on. Even after I get all the Avalon dragons. I'm obviously not going to do it tonight, but I've still got to finish up the Mirage faction vendors. I've got to get all of the new undead badges. Which, by the way, it goes up to 10,000. I need to get some health. It goes up to 10,000 undead. 10,000. That's 1 0 followed by another 3 zeros. That's 10,000. Like, think about that. That's insane. Okay, so 100. Defeating 100 enemies. Alright, well, defeating 50 enemies. That takes 25 battles. It takes 25 battles to defeat 50 enemies. So it takes 50 battles to defeat 100 enemies. Okay? Following that math, it takes 500 battles to defeat 1,000 enemies, which means it would require you to defeat or to take on. Obviously, this is assuming that there's 2 enemies per battle, so obviously you're not going to be able to do this on Lost Souls. Otherwise, it's going to take you a lot longer. It would be 5,000 enemies to get 10,000, or 5,000 battles to get 10,000. Now, put that on the Glowbook Squall. Yeah, sorry, brain freeze. Because the last badge was 4,000. This was the one before they updated it with all of these new undead badges. The last one was 4,000. It was like Undead Conqueror or something, and it was used to be, the biggest, baddest, you beat 4,000 undead. Oh my god, right? And that would take 2,000 battles, right? So because it's technically starting you out at 4,000, let's see, that means you have 6,000 battles left to do. 6,000 divided by 2 is 3,000. So you would still have to do 3,000 battles. You'd still have to defeat 3,000. And again, this is assuming that you're not just being lazy and farming lost souls for the badges. Not that that's a bad thing, but that would yet again double the amount of enemies you have to beat actually, because dividing it by 2. So let's see. 3,000 battles would turn into 6,000 battles. You would literally be... Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, let's say that you technically didn't start out at the 4,000 at the end of Conquer. Let's say that KI decided they wanted to be jerks and shot you all the way back down to 0, right? So 0 out of 10,000 battles completed instead of like 4,000 out of 10,000 or 5,000 out of 10,000, right? So 0 out of 10,000 battles completed. You would literally have to defeat 10,000 Lost Souls. And while Lost Souls only have, I think it's 65 health, I think they may have even lowered it lower than that, but while they may have such low health, I think I just hit and I hit it the wrong way, which is what I get for not taking it. What was my point? I was going somewhere with that. Oh yeah, that would still take you hours. I would say possibly even days. No! I think I'll probably, yeah, I still got it. I wonder if I could just, no, I don't think I can, because you got 700 health and I only have 3 of these. I should have left my storm ones in. I thought that the death minion was going to be ninja pick or death picking me the whole time, just tossing a bunch of weaknesses on me, and I was trying to prepare for that, because if I use the storm one spell to get rid of the weakness, then I end up losing the storm blades that I have on. So I was planning for that. But he didn't use a single death pig. Not one. Not one single freaking death pig. And they usually do. They'll usually use like 20 of them. But I guess he was feeling like he was in a good mood today. Like he was happy with his... with constantly being, you know, slaughtered over and over and over again. I guess he was peachy with that. Very peachy. You piece of freaking dragon, you little Taco Bell thing. Like, ugh. You suck. Okay. Well, now I get to craft my little housing guest and I can put him in my Outlaws Refuge. Yeah, I'm moving a lot of stuff to my Outlaws Refuge because, well, you'll have to see in one of my videos actually. I think I mentioned it in the previous video, but I'll make a video showcasing what I'm doing. It's a little project I'm working on. I was originally collected 9. What? Okay. Yeah, I was originally just gonna do a complete makeover of my Sultan's Palace, and then I actually took the entire outside area of my Sultan's Palace apart, like I picked everything up. That's gonna take a while to put back together. I'll probably just do something new instead, because there was a lot of glitch work that went into that castle, and I just don't have it in me anymore to do all of that. Maybe some simple glitches, but the more complicated ones, I don't have the patience these days. Okay. Yeah, but I'll make a video showcasing that because believe me, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I think, because I bought a few new things, I think you guys will really, really like the way things are. Yeah, KI did the, it was a sale for the Winter Gauntlet, the Pagoda one, and they had the Spiral Cup Gauntlet. I already had the Clock Tower one, I bought that a while ago, but when they had that sale I was like, okay, $50, oh, and then I ended up buying it anyways, because, well, I mean, honestly, they're not the little one-shot gauntlets, so they don't disappear after one use. Winterbane Gauntlet drops, you know, all of the pet snacks I'll ever need that don't come from my freaking couch potato garden. And then Spiral Cup Gauntlet, that's just a really fun one to go through because it's not all that difficult, to be honest. Obviously, the Clock Tower Gauntlet gives you, or drops platinum, iridium, you know, palladium, all of those. Oh, I'm going to mention this in another video, but in a separate video. You can actually get iridium and palladium as drops in Mirage. So, just generally fighting different mobs through Mirage will drop them. I've noticed that it takes a very, 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 very long time to get an iridium drop. Same for palladium. But, go to Ruble Wastes, I believe it is. And, okay, you want to farm the House Persian Assailants over and over and over and over and over again. Farm them. And then the little sandworm dudes, they're the little worm-looking creatures, but they're like made of rock and they're floating around in the desert, like they kind of hover above the ground. Farm them too, and they drop it as well. The genies drop them too. I've noticed that if you go to Yakal Mountain, they don't drop them there. Do not waste your time there because they will just drop iron and like all of the really small ones. They'll drop a lot of brass. You'll get a lot of brass from them, but not much else. They don't drop like draconium and all the really good ones. Alright, brass is okay. It's not bad, but even then they don't drop it very often. So farm the genies. Farm the little sandworms. And definitely, if you really, really, really are looking forward to getting some iridium or some palladium, farm the House Persian assailants, because 1, you'll get iridium and palladium. 2, they drop couch potatoes like it's a fire sale that was bad. I don't know what that means. I think it's like when they're trying to get rid of something really, really quick, so they put everything on sale. I don't know. Anyways, but they drop them like crazy, couch potatoes. Although you'll end up getting a lot of red couch potatoes and golden couch potatoes. The ones you don't really want, you'll get those too. But those, you can sell them, you know, and get a little bit of money from that. You'll also get a lot of the smaller reagents, but it seems to me like you have a higher chance of getting iridium and palladium from the House Persian assailants and the genies and the sandworms than any other creature in the game. You can, if you have the Clock Tower Gauntlet, you can spend your time farming that, and you'll get, you know, platinum, you'll get draconium, you'll get iridium, you'll get palladium, you'll get all of the little metal reagents. You'll get all of them, and pretty much that Clock Tower Gauntlet, literally it drops all the different metals, okay? That's what that's for. It's a quick way to get them. That's the reason that platinum was released so early in the Clock Tower Gauntlet, because KI was giving people who were willing to pay the $40, they were giving them like a little booster, you know, a little bonus, like, hey, you know, if you buy this gauntlet, you'll get this reagent. And this reagent, it's not used for anything yet, but in the future, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you can craft with it. Also in the future, you'll end up having to spend a lot of time farming for these super small reagents to transmute platinum. So you can make platinum in the future, but it will take you forever. Or you can, you know, spend $40 and get this nice little shortcut here. You just farm bosses a few times and they drop the actual product itself. Platinum, the big shiny metal in the sky, right? So yeah, they kind of did that. Here's the thing. If I were to put it down mathematically, I'd say every 20-30 battles that you farm in Mirage, you'll probably get 1 iridium. So it's not fast, but at the same time, I think it actually probably beats transmuting a bunch of smaller reagents into palladium and then transmuting all of that palladium into iridium and then taking all of that iridium and transmuting it into platinum. Instead, you can skip step A and B, jump straight to iridium, and then you can use the iridium to transmute the platinum. It just makes it a lot faster. If you can get 10 iridium from, you know, a couple of mobs for a few hours of farming, and you can craft the platinum. Most of the recipes, I think, that require platinum right now, they usually only require like 5 of it, so it's not really all that much. But there is a recipe in Imperia, and it's the hardest recipe in the game to get because it requires an insane amount of reagents. It's a lot harder than the last crafting quest, where you have to craft the sword with the that gives you the energy and the fishing luck boost, and you know, the critical, and it has all those awesome stats, right? But it's really hard to craft. It's called the chain reel, so if you want to go check that recipe out, it's you can buy it in Imperia, but it's really hard to craft. I think it takes like 50 platinum, so it's an absolutely insane number. It's crazy. And then it takes, if I remember correctly, 100 aether ore Aether ore, not the little small aether bursts or aether dust. Okay, it actually takes the ore itself. And if any of you have tried to, finish crafting the wand for the very last crafting quest, you know for a fact that aether ore is not easy to get. I mean, you have to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of aether dust to craft 100 aether ore. Or obviously, if you get lucky, you can get it as like a rare drop. So it'll, instead of getting the aether dust from the harvest, you'll end up getting the aether ore as a replacement. But that's like 1 in every 30 aether bursts, maybe. If you're having a really lucky day, obviously it can go a lot faster. But come on, when's the last time that you had, a decent amount of luck when you were farming? Occasionally, we all have those days, but like, I feel like I had at least 1 full week of decent luck with Darkmoor, and then after that, my luck went. Because I remember when I was farming Darkmoor, my storm, for the Darkmoor gear, I got it really fast. It was like, oh, I'm purple, right? But everything else after that, it took me a while to get it. Alright guys, I've just kind of been rambling on for a while. I tend to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed the very first part of the video. And if any of you do enjoy my ramblings, obviously they're always going to be at the very end of the video. So, once, if you don't enjoy the ramblings, you can always click off after the main part of the video. But if you want to hear me talk for a bit about certain things in the game, because I'll, have a lot of news topics, maybe just updating you on certain things. If I discovered something like where you can find really rare reagents, I will let you know. And I will also be letting you know about upcoming videos in the future and just kind of brainstorming ideas. Also, if you guys have any ideas for me, please don't be scared. Drop them in the comment section. If it's something that I can physically do, I'll do it, because my channel is just kind of a free-for-all. I don't even just mainly focus on Wizard101. I've got a whole bunch of games that I play. I do reviews, drink reviews, food reviews. I do Command & Conquer gameplays, which is an old real-time strategy game from like the early 2000s. It's really fun. If you guys want to test it out, you can buy it on Origin. I know the idea of buying anything from EA Games usually is not a very appealing one, but believe me, if you had to go through all of EA's games and you had to find the ones that were actually good, this one would be on the list. Command & Conquer General Zero Hour is actually a decent game for those of you who are into the real-time strategy category. It is actually a good game, and there's a really large community of people who still play it even after the main servers for PvP and all that fancy stuff, all of those were shut down, and obviously people have moved on to better things. You still have a decently sized community of people who are playing just for the fun, maybe for the nostalgia of playing a game from the early 2000s, that kind of a situation. I definitely recommend it. It's like, you can buy, I think, the full pack of 17 games, all 17 Command & Conquer games. Not all of them are made by EA. EA did what EA does and went and bought the freaking, bought the rights to the game from the original creators. But they didn't immediately ruin the game. Not immediately. They didn't immediately ruin the game. A few of the games afterwards, they started getting kind of crappy, but honestly, I enjoy them all, just because, I've played them a lot, and I feel like if I play something if I actually put a little bit of effort into a game, it becomes a little bit more enjoyable. I mean, I don't play video games all that much these days. I usually just kind of use it as a relaxation tool. At this point, I'll spend an hour or 2 hours on the game. Unless, like Wizard101, if there's a new update, I will spend 24 hours straight to quest through a world. That way, I have time throughout the rest of the week to actually follow my main schedule. So usually I try and plan it for the weekends. Like, I'll do a 24-hour run through of any new updates on the weekends, and then for the rest of the week it's like 1 hour, 2 hours a day just to kind of attend to things. a little bit more rambling. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Be sure to like, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe for more amazing videos. I will be doing more Monstrology, but as far as dragons are concerned, unless you guys can find any more dragons for me to, go through on the wiki, this is probably it. Peace out. You guys have a great night. Have a good morning, evening, whatever, and see ya.